What's going on, interwebs? Strax here with another Throwback Thursday. More Gears of War 2. I promise I will finish this game. But Throwback Thursday is a theme on my channel. You know, every Thursday I do some gameplay of an old game. Even though this feels like it just came out yesterday. God. It does to me. It feels like it just came out yesterday, but it's considered old.
Delta, this is Control.
But,
reestablished thanks to
I just play a quote-unquote classic game from the 360 collection. I would play PlayStation 2, but I don't have the right setup for that by any means, because I would have to, you know, play a PC port. But this gameplay isn't live. I recorded it last night, and there's no commentary with it because I was doing something else as well as playing this. So I couldn't really record commentary at the time, and it's not live today because I knew I had things to do this morning, which brings me to my topic for this video. I gotta turn the volume down a little bit. That bass is really thumping in my headphones. There we go. That's good. As I've stated before in my videos, unemployed. Not only that, you know, I take care of my grandmother. You know, I drive her around places, I take her to the doctors, which is what I was doing this morning. She had an eye doctor's appointment. So my first half of my day was spent sitting in a fucking car waiting for the damn appointment to be done and over. And I don't mind doing it, but
keep it together, Rook.
I got my hands full kind of with that and this, and I've been told by, you know, close friends and family, you know, well, why don't you get a job to support, you know, the job that you want to do, YouTube. It's not for lack of trying. Anyone who is unemployed like me and you actively put out applications, you know the struggle. And the struggle is real. You could put in countless applications to so many fucking places and get nowhere. And it's really fucking disconcerting. I mean, I have experience because, you know, just more about me to you guys. I used to be a janitor at a school district, the old school district that I went to when I was a kid or a teenager for high school. You know, I was a janitor, so I've got a little bit. I was substitute part-time custodian, so I have a little bit of experience there. But that's not really something I want to do. You know, cleaning up after other people's shit literally is not what I envision my life for the future. You know, and the only other experience I had, again, as I've stated in another video, but some of you might not have seen it, I worked for a rather large retail chain that I will not name because they're the type of people that would hold a grudge.
Control, this is Delta.
And my experience in that company was less than stellar.
We're heading deeper in the hollow.
I was treated poorly, but I stayed on for the meager wage that I was paid.
Sir,
I was a cart pusher.
what about the grind list?
And I was paid piss poor. I was paid below minimum wage, which I thought was illegal, you know? But I didn't learn that shit when I went to college for criminal justice. You know, I learned how to spot a liar. I learned how to grow drugs legally. Yes, that is actually a class. And no, I'm not, you know, endorsing going out and growing pot or whatever. I'm just saying, you know, that was a class. You know, they taught you, like, all the tips and tricks on how people grew drugs and got away with it. It's basically teaching you how to grow pot and get away with it. But they didn't teach you that stuff, you know? And my experience there was just less than stellar. I was a cart pusher. Customers, occasionally you get that one customer that's just super nice and you're a pleasure to work with, but for the most part, as a cart pusher, I got stuck with the assholes. I got people bitching and complaining at me, wanting fucking carts the motor scooters, even though you blatantly tell them we only have 3 in the store. If they're not here, they're either in use because I can't. They're either in use or out of service because I can't find them in the parking lot. And then they just scoff at you like you just shit in their cornflakes. And I had so many fucking customers that just made me want to fucking ram a cart straight into their fucking pelvis bone repeatedly until it turned into dust. But point being, I have experience in those fields. I've applied for jobs in those fields to no avail. And I've put in applications, to like stores. I've applied to that same retail chain like 15 fucking times this summer alone. I've applied for, government jobs that I'm qualified for because of my degree. Never getting past, the screening process. There's the screening where they scan your resume to make sure, you're qualified, and then they hand it off to the HR department for the hiring aspect of human resources. And they determine whether they want to decide to give you a shot at an interview or not. I've never even made it to the interview process. And you put in application after application after application just to get nowhere. It is so fucking disconcerting. That's why I started doing YouTube more seriously, is because I wanted to do this as a career anyway, but I wanted, a main job to further this career. Because it seems like these days now you need like a super high-end PC to play these fucking AAA list titles on the PC with their like fucking AAA off the fucking like wall super awesome graphics. And I've managed with what I've got with me now, which is not much. Let me just assure you now. But the majority of big YouTubers have like that awesome PC, the best recording equipment, fucking microphones that are worth more than my vehicle, and that's not a lie. I drive like a 93 or 95 Blazer. It's like a fucking paperweight, really. I mean, I love that truck. It was my first car, but I really need an upgrade. Bad. But I can't afford that type of gear. And yes, I'm making money on YouTube now, but like I'll be forefront and honest. Like, I've made about 2 Lincolns. Just about 2 Lincolns. I'm not gonna give exact numbers, but anyone who knows their presidents and their bills, if you know what bill Lincoln is on, you know exactly just about how much I've made off YouTube so far. But I'm not complaining about that. I'm so thankful for you guys and so thankful for your support, because I wouldn't even be where I am right now if it wasn't for you guys. I wouldn't. And I'm so thankful, to come here to YouTube and actually try to do something. And after all these fucking setbacks with all these other fucking jobs that I've applied for, and to come to YouTube and have moderate success. I've uploaded tiny snippets here and there in the past, but to actually start doing it seriously and actually be getting subscribers and be making money, albeit it's not much, but it's not going to be much when you're first starting out. And I was fully aware of it when I started, but it's better than what I have now, which is jack dick nothing. You see what I'm saying? And it just feels good to be doing something that I thoroughly enjoy and to be getting paid for it. And I wouldn't be getting paid for it if it wasn't for you guys. You guys are the reason that I'm actually starting to have a little bit of hope. Because before, when I was putting in application after application after fucking application, all my hope was gone. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Do I have to, like, what do I have to fucking do to get a fucking job? And people are like, oh, it's not that damn hard to get a job. There's jobs everywhere. Just go out and ask people, ask around. I would if it was like that anymore, because this is the future, people. You know, when you go to a fucking place and you're like, I need a job, or you hiring, you're like, it's online. Then you go online and you fucking do the application, which I've been doing anyway. Nothing happens. And when things do kind of progress, they want people with experience. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to get experience when you won't even hire me in the first fucking place? And this is the catch-22 with jobs these days. This is why I turned to YouTube. Because I loved playing video games. I thought, you know, why not get paid doing what I wanted to do? And as I mentioned in the video about my mom, I might leave a link in the description to that video. She was also a striving force for me to do YouTube, because so many people deal with that same issue that I dealt with, have experienced that pain firsthand, and no one should have to. So I eventually want to get to the point where I could be like Mark as in Markiplier, and do live streams for charity and help progress cancer research, because no one, and I mean no one, should have to experience what I experienced. And to take a little detour on the conversation here for a second, this is insane mode, as you well know if you've been watching this series from the start, just to make it more interesting and not so easy for me and not as boring for you guys to watch. When the boomers spawn, just run right back up to where you came down from. They have to aim up at you, which gives you plenty of time to dodge roll back away from their shots, and for the most part, their shots hit the edge of the cliff anyway, so if you dodge roll back, you should be fine. But, back to my point, I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys have actually started, you have renewed my hope that, you know, I can make money and still do what I want to do, you know? And this will segue into a video I probably will upload tomorrow. It's a part 2 to the YouTube terms of service change. I really enjoy my job, which apparently is YouTube now, because, as I said, I've tried so fucking hard to get a job in, for lack of a better term, the real world.
We'll go control.
But it's a dead end at every fucking turn.
Thanks, Delta. And Dom.
But I'm still thankful for you guys. You know, with your support, you know, I've been able to fucking further my YouTube channel, and, you know, I've made some money, and I'm just fucking so thankful for you guys. I really am, because I legit had no hope left of ever getting a job, and you guys have helped me immensely. You have no idea. Even if it is just barely under 2 Lincolns, I'm fucking overwhelmed and so happy to have barely those 2 Lincolns. But segueing into the video that will be up tomorrow, part 2 to the terms of service, it's painful. It really is that YouTube has changed their terms of service the way they have.
Look out!
And it's, you know, to anyone who doesn't know, YouTube has really, like, clamped down on their terms of service. They used to be very loose, you know, like partial. You could show partial nudity, but even that's been clamped down on now. There's no partial nudity. They don't want you cussing. They don't want violence. That's almost every single fucking that's almost every single video ever uploaded to YouTube, and that's almost every single channel on YouTube, including the big ones. You know, your PewDiePie, your Jacksepticeye, Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter, fucking Rad Brad, Blasphemous HD, Dash EXP. That's a lot of fucking channels, and with what they do on a normal daily basis, that they're apparently violating terms of service, and it's even harder for us smaller channels. But that's the video for tomorrow. I'm done. Drop a like if you liked the video. Maybe even subscribe for more daily videos. I thank you guys so much for your support. You've really renewed my hope. And until next time, interwebs. Later. Twitter @Straxus.